Welcome to our channel, where we bring you the latest news and insights about China's impressive projects. Today we're discussing the shocking $130 billion China Railway Megaproject in Africa. This massive initiative is set to transform the infrastructure landscape in the region, but it's also stirring up controversy and debate. Join us as we dive into the details of this ambitious project and its potential impact on Africa and the world. As Africa continues to develop and grow, China has emerged as an ideal partner for cooperation with African nations. For the past 60 years, China has been offering extensive support to Africa in a number of ways, including constructing vital infrastructure, growing industries, fostering trade ties, and much more. As a result, 55 African nations have established diplomatic ties with China, highlighting the importance of their relationship. But before we move forward, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below to stay updated with our latest videos. Now, let's continue. One of China's biggest commitments to Africa was announced back in 2010 when they revealed plans to spend an incredible $130 billion over the next 20 years on building railways across the continent. This news quickly drew global attention, and many wondered what China had accomplished for Africa over the past decade. Railway projects are incredibly important for nations all around the world, and China has been contributing to the construction of several key railway projects located throughout Africa. According to available statistics, as of 2021, China had invested over $60 billion in Africa, with the majority of funds used to construct railways that link Africa's grasslands and deserts, fostering social cohesion and contributing to the expansion of the economy. These railway projects also help to strengthen the soft power of various areas by facilitating easier transportation and greater connectivity. In particular, there are three key high-scale railway projects that are essential for both China and Africa. These projects will connect several countries and help promote greater cooperation and economic growth between them. There are three high-scale railway projects that are not only critical for Africa's development, but also a cornerstone of China's long-term strategy in the region. Let's take a closer look at each of them and what they mean for the future of Africa. Number one is the Rai Railway, also known as the RV Railway, an important transportation project that was constructed in Nigeria. It was the first railway built in Nigeria, connecting the southwestern city of Lagos to the northern city of Kano, a distance of over 1,000 kilometers. Thanks to China's investment in this railway project, the accessibility of transportation options for local Nigerians has been significantly increased. It has brought the promise of reliable, affordable, and efficient transportation services, making it possible for Nigerians to move people and goods more quickly and efficiently than ever before. But it's not just the Nigerian people who are benefiting from the Rai Railway. China's return on investment for this project is far more than the initial cost of $1.6 billion. With this railway, Nigerian goods can now be dispersed in a more timely and efficient manner, which has had a greater positive impact on the local economy than before the railway was built. Since the successful building of the Rai Railway, China has increased its infrastructure strength in the global community, while at the same time, it has strengthened its cooperation and development exchanges with Nigeria. Nigeria is one of China's most important trading partners, and the railway has helped to further deepen this relationship. The second railway is the Yaji Railway, also known as the Ethiopia-Djibouti Railway. The railway stretches approximately 750 kilometers and connects the two countries of Djibouti and Ethiopia. The Yaji Railway cost a total of $4.5 billion to construct. The railway's completion has helped expand the GDP of African nations by 10 times in just a few years, making it one of China's most significant railways constructed on the continent. Due to this, several African states have expressed a growing interest in collaborating with China to achieve mutually beneficial results. The Yaji Railway is primarily used for freight trains, making it a vital link between the two countries. The railway has transformed the region, and its completion has made it easier to move goods and services between Djibouti and Ethiopia. This has resulted in significant increase in job opportunities for the local population. And the third and most ambitious railway project that has surpassed all previous ventures in terms of scale and scope is the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway, which was officially launched in Kenya on June 1, 2017. This railway line connects the coastal city of Mombasa to the capital city of Nairobi, and it was built at a cost of approximately $4 billion, which set a new record for Chinese investment in African infrastructure projects. The Mombasa-Nairobi Railway has been a great success since its inception, and it has set several records in terms of passenger usage. In its first month of operation, over 10,000 people utilized the railway, which was a new record. Furthermore, within a year of its operation, the railway achieved an average occupancy rate of 95%, which highlights the critical need for such a project in Kenya. Besides benefiting the Kenyan people by providing them with a reliable and affordable means of transportation, the construction of the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway has had a positive impact on the country's economy. It has resulted in the creation of a significant number of employment opportunities for Kenyans, with almost 70,000 new jobs being created as a direct result of the project. The Mombasa-Nairobi Railway has also reduced the cost pressure caused by the logistics industry in Kenya, enabling the country to progress rapidly in terms of industrial growth. As a result, Kenya's GDP increased by 1.5% following the completion of the project. The railway has been cherished by the inhabitants of both Mombasa and Nairobi, and it has led to changes in their forms of transportation, urbanization, and economic growth. China's assistance in constructing the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway is just one example of the successful infrastructure projects it has provided to African countries. The project has demonstrated the immense benefits of such projects and the critical need for them in Africa. China's commitment to supporting Africa's infrastructure development is clear, with plans to construct over 6,000 kilometers of roads and railroads by 2022. In addition to this, China is also working on the development of more than 80 sizable power plants and over 20 large ports across the continent. Looking ahead, China will invest a staggering $130 billion in African railways by 2030. It is evident that China's support for African nations in developing their railway infrastructure will continue well into the future. Despite the rapidly strengthening relationship between China and Africa, France, the United States of America, and Germany are some of the European countries that have consistently found themselves in tense situations due to China's growing influence in Africa. France, in particular, has long desired to broaden its business contacts with Africa and increase its investments there. The country has expressed interest in collaborating with other African nations to improve the continent's infrastructure and has also made an effort in the past to standardize the languages spoken in African countries. This was done in the hopes that one day all Africans will be able to communicate in French. France's desire to enter the train sector in Africa is not new, and the country is enthusiastic about working together with African countries. However, after establishing such close links with China, it is unavoidable that France will be unable to acquire any other investment opportunities. The recent pandemic of acute pneumonia has also hurt France, in addition to the big energy crisis and inflation internationally. As a result, France is unable to make substantial investments in African states over a lengthy period of time as China can. While France plans to increase its corporate collaboration and exchanges in China, it cannot be compared to China's invasion of a number of different African states. China has never shown any other interest in Africa and has always handled the continent with the appropriate level of seriousness. From the vantage point of China, if both parties do not maintain an honest regard for one another, solutions that are advantageous to both parties and result in a win-win situation for everyone involved will not be achievable. In a good number of European countries, this is not feasible, and as a result, Africa has a higher level of confidence in China. Furthermore, the world is becoming more aware of China's expertise in the construction of physical infrastructure. China has provided assistance to African governments in order to facilitate the speediest and most cost-effective construction of key projects. As a result, Africa is typically more keen to maintain its partnership with China and to broaden the scope of that engagement based on the previous experiences of the two countries working together. In response to China's growing influence in Africa, France has begun taking baby steps toward entering the African market and expanding its economic activities on the continent. The French government plans to increase the amount of vocational training and assistance it provides with associated technologies. This is in line with the cooperative connection that exists between China and Africa, and the two regions should be able to benefit from one another. While France is interested in improving its economic activities and increasing its investments in Africa, it cannot compete with China's level of investment and expertise in the region. African nations have a higher level of confidence in China due to its consistent interest in Africa and expertise in infrastructure development. It remains to be seen how successful France's steps to enter the African market will be, especially when compared to China's dominance in the region. If you found this information informative and engaging, then you might be interested in receiving more content like this in the future. To stay up to date with the latest news and insights, consider subscribing to our channel and hitting that like button. Hit the bell icon and be the first to know about future updates and informative pieces. And by liking our content, you'll help us reach a wider audience, allowing us to continue bringing you quality content. Thanks for watching.